name is Nesen. I'm from Thousand Oaks, California. My agency is Empower Life Group. I've been in the business since October of 2020, but Empower Life Group was just founded in February of 2025. I have been in telesales for 21 years, since 2004. And I've only had 2 careers prior to life insurance. My first 7 years was selling merchant services, credit card processing to small and medium-sized businesses. And then with my first year in that industry, I was able to pay off all my student loans from college. And I knew at that moment that telesales was gonna be my career. Then I took some time off, got married, had kids, and then went back, got a job at a company selling leads and marketing to real estate agents and brokers. And then now I am here in life insurance.
Tell me about your family.
I am married, I have 2 kids, 15 and 12, boy and a girl, and Caden and Addison. Caden is a kicker punter on the high school football team, and my daughter is a dancer, gymnast dancer.
How long have you and Shell been married?
Man, we've been together since 2004. We got married in 2010. So what year is it? We've been married for 15 years. We've been together for a lot longer. Yeah, long time. He was actually my introduction to sales. Yes, actually, my father-in-law. Yeah, he brought me into sales. He met me, I was a waitress, and he said I would be perfect in sales. And Shell, my husband, said, absolutely not. We are not bringing my girlfriend into the business. And he pushed, he finally got me in. And I was the number 1, number 2 sales agent in the company. I thought he was crazy. You know, I wanted to go through the trajectory of what we're supposed to do, finish college. I was in grad school. I was studying kinesiology and didn't really know what I wanted to do with it, but thought this is the path I have to follow. And so I finally said, he's a very hard person to say no to. And so my father-in-law, so I finally gave it a shot. And when I realized that this is kind of fun and how much money you could make, I dropped out of grad school, and the rest is history.
Yeah, wow. And then how did you find your way into insurance?
Actually, it was just through Indeed. I just saw an ad. Yeah, it was the year of COVID. And so the sales job that I had, that marketing that I was selling, it was really toxic. It was like the equivalent of a boiler room times 10. You'd have sales managers on the floor yelling in your face that you weren't doing enough, you weren't good enough, you could never find, another career better than this. They would retaliate against you if you'd go on vacation. Actually, I remember one of the manager's wives had cancer, and they wouldn't let him take time off to be with his wife. And he did anyways, and he came back and they demoted him. The quotas were impossible. It was a really, really toxic place, but they kept you there because they paid, quote unquote, so well. And they brainwashed you. Like, you'd never think you could make anything else. So when COVID happened, we worked from home, and I was like, there has to be something better. There has to be something better. And so I just started searching and saw an ad for final expense life insurance. You could make $100,000 a year. And I was like, well, it's definitely a pay cut, but it's a starting point.
What were you making?
I was making over $300,000. I was just selling leads and marketing to realtors. It was awful. It was awful to feel like I could be bought, to feel like stuck or trapped. Like you could never go anywhere else because they make you feel like, well, where else am I gonna go? You can't really get a job without having a degree, a high-level degree with years of experience to make the kind of income I was making. And it just got to the point where I said, I'm gonna take a bet on myself. And I actually took a leave of absence from that job to test out life insurance. And when I realized that I could sell it and I was good at it, I quit and went all in. 1 month. It took me 1 month to realize that I was going to be good at it. It was hard, right? I don't want to take away the fact that it wasn't hard, but you can be good at something and it can be hard at the same time. But for the first time, I'd never had my husband. He calls himself a serial entrepreneur. He's never had a job. But for me, I always kind of prided myself that I didn't have the stress of owning my own business, that I could clock in and clock out and not take my work with me. And I was like, who would want to own a business? But now that I'm here and now that I'm in it, not only have I surpassed my income that I was making as a W-2, but it's so much more fulfilling, and I get to be the one that controls the environment. I don't have anybody yelling in my face. I'm not yelling in anyone's faces, and I get to not only replace and increase the income I was making before, but now I can actually change people's lives. The leadership journey being in this industry has been life-changing, and it's ongoing, right? I still have a lot to learn about what it takes to be a great leader, and I'm actively taking steps to pour into myself constantly. I have this constant battle where I always feel like I have to outvalue everybody with me, because once they catch up to me, what else can I provide them? I have that constant struggle.
Where's that come from?
I'm not really sure. I don't know. I want to be, we describe Lasting Mark as being the beacon of light in the industry. I also strive to be that for my agents. And I don't think I'm ever going to stop or I'm ever going to feel like I'm good enough or that the agency is good enough. But I know that we're creating something really special because people are stepping up and asking me, what can I do? How can I contribute? And that's a really cool feeling. Yeah, so I originally started with a captive agency. So one carrier selling only final expense, meaning we only had one product and we had level or we had modified, and that was it. And at that point, I actually wasn't quite sure that I wanted to invest in leads and go all in that journey. And partly because the people that I was speaking to, I didn't believe them. Like, they didn't have a system. They didn't have any structure. It was like, buy this, sell this, this is your outcome. And it just wasn't enough for me. So I finally came across someone that believed in me and believed in my story and I said, you know what? Can you just give me free leads and I'll take a reduced commission? And it didn't exist at this carrier, so we had to negotiate with them.
What prompted you to ask that?
I'm sure my husband had something to do with it, to be honest. He probably was the one that came up with it because he was involved in all the original conversations with everybody that we spoke to. And so, my former partner agreed. He said, absolutely, let's do it. And within a couple of months, we were building an entire team off of a free lead reduced commission model. And that was my journey for the first 4.5 years in the business. I started my YouTube channel 1 year into being in life insurance. And at that point, nobody knew who I was. Because not only was I with a captive agency, but I'd never been in insurance. But I knew after watching several people on YouTube that people really weren't teaching life insurance the way that I thought they should. And that's where I kind of saw a niche for me to come in and say, there's a better way. And so I just started posting videos consistently. And I think that decision was my saving grace when the relationship with that company ended in January of this year. They actually found me, which is part of why I'm so grateful that I decided to put myself out there. Because January 7th of 2025 is the day that I got the call that I no longer had a team. And I had 24 hours to basically let everybody know that they no longer had a job.
How was that experience?
That was awful, but it was twofold. On one hand, there was this constant battle where I knew that there was more for me in life insurance because I was limited to 17 states. We could only sell one product. or one carrier, I should say. There was just so many people that I couldn't work with. And there was a little bit of a misalignment in the organization, but I was so loyal to my partner at the time, I would have never left. So when I had no choice anymore, there was a sense of relief that I wasn't the one that had to make the choice to leave. But of course, the biggest part was that I had to, I felt like I let the team down. And that was hard. There was a lot of tears in that meeting with them. But immediately after that, again, I used my channel to tell the world that I was no longer with that company. And that's when Lasting Mark reached out to me. It was actually Roger. Roger reached out to me. We had actually had a meeting a couple months prior to that. He had introduced himself to me as I had only known him through the Life Insurance Academy. I didn't even know that he had an agency. And we spent about an hour together, and we were maybe going to do something on his podcast in the future. And then when he heard the news that I was canceled, I guess so to speak, he reached out to me and he just said, "How are you? Are you okay? Is there anything I can do?" And it wasn't even on that first phone call that he asked to have an opportunity to speak with me about joining his agency. It was not until a second follow-up. And so I said, absolutely, I'd love to meet with you. And we did. I stopped keeping count. It was very flattering actually but it was almost kind of felt like I was in a Shark Tank, like there was a feeding frenzy, and I didn't know what to do with it at the time because I didn't know who was being genuine and who wasn't. So I probably, of the maybe 50 plus people that reached out, I accepted 20 interviews or 20 opportunity calls. And Roger and Chris and Zach and the team there, they were one of them. After all the interviews, my heart just kept pulling me towards Lasting Mark because they were the only agency, only IMO that made me feel like they cared about me as a person and my family and asked me questions about what I wanted and what does my vision look like and how could they support what I wanted rather than showing me all the bells and whistles of what that didn't even come until they flew us out to their office. Everybody else was flashing comp grids and systems and leads and here's what I can do for you. But then nobody ever asked me what it is I wanted or what was important to me. And they were really the only ones that did. I mean, it just meant that they cared, right? They cared. If I'm going to choose who I'm going to partner with in this business, it's going to be who I'm going to do life with, not who I'm just going to sell life insurance with or build an agency with. I don't have shiny object syndrome, for the record. It doesn't exist with me. I believe that you can be successful anywhere if you stay focused and you partner with the right people that have the same intentions. And that's what kept me with my old agency for so long, because the person I was partnered with, I trusted him. He was a good, honest person, and we both would go the distance. And I feel the same exact way about Lasting Mark. So having your spouse or your husband not only behind the scenes helping you, but really supporting you and pushing you to get outside your comfort zone, I think is pivotal for anyone that's going to be an independent contractor or own their own business. There are so many people that their spouses don't support them, and they get mad at them when they spend money on themselves or want to buy leads or want to invest in marketing. I have never had that, right? So I don't even know what it's like to have a spouse that does not support you. I remember one time I said, hey, I think I want to spend X amount of money on something for the business. And he said, that's it? That's all you want to spend? He gets mad when, I don't look at what's for sale at the grocery store. I didn't save $2 by buying in bulk. But when it comes to investing in the business, because he knows that there's something you're building and there's an ROI attached to that, like the sky's the limit. The more we spend, the better. So I think I'm very blessed to have someone that really understands business and trusts me that I'm going to be investing it the right way, and that, for the most part, I know what I'm doing. For people that are trying to figure out where they want to land and where they want to go, first of all, I don't envy where they're at. It is so confusing with the different agencies and the different IMOs out there. There's a lot of bad actors. There's a lot of smoke screens. And I would say that if people are tracking you for their watches, their cars, their houses, their vacations, their planes, their stuff, that's probably a red flag. And there's some people that are too young to really realize that is a red flag, because you have a lot of people in their early 20s that are just getting into this, that are brought into it for that. But really, when it comes down to it, this business can bring you so much more than just money. I mean, the money is the outcome. But if you are not doing it with the right people who really pour into you, not just from a monetary standpoint, but from a mindset standpoint to help you become a better person, you will get so much more fulfillment out of this career than just what ends up in your bank account. Man, if you're considering lasting Mark and this is a career that you are being called to do, there is no better place, there is no better IMO for you to come and see. Come and see what we have to offer. I promise that you will not regret it. It's the best place. My name is Dana Nesen, and I invite you to come and see.
You just heard from real people whose lives and businesses have been transformed. Now it's your turn to come and see what's possible for you. Join us on Thursday evenings for Meet the Partners. This is our weekly overview of Lasting Mark and one of my favorite parts of the week.
During Meet the Partners, you'll connect with agents in our community, hear their stories, and see how their lives are being transformed. We invite you to ask questions and learn more about our culture, our compensation, and the tools and resources we have to support you. More than anything, it's your chance to experience firsthand what makes Lasting Mark truly different.
So, if you're ready for a fresh start, if you're ready to see what you're capable of, if you're ready to see what's possible, come and see.